Hey folks, this is Nate coming at you on Monday, December 1st. So it's just one more month left in the year. So I thought I'd kick off this month by starting off my fourth and final segment for the Kenobi series, for the Obi-Wan Kenobi Bladestyles, my V2 updates that I've been working on. So in this segment, we're going to be covering, let's see, the Kenobi series, live action series. There's 4 presets there, and then I have 1 preset for the Star Wars Rebels episode 21, Twin Suns, and then I'm going to actually use that same sound font for a second preset that uses his Legends, a blade style that I found from Legends for him, and then after that there are 3 presets for A New Hope. Alright, so let's get started. So the first one for Kenobi series is ObiTraining from JuanSith, and this is a blade style from the flashback series, the flashback scene when he is dueling with Anakin.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes. I will do what I must. Only a Sith deals in Ah, there you are.
There we go. This is ObiTraining. Now this is a, now I'm using my custom glue for Obi-Wan here, which is a 055-255, which is probably one of my favorite custom RGBs for Graflex glue. Really nice and rich. And this style is a combo. It's using a static layer, and then an audio flicker layer, and then a hump flicker layer below that. Now I do 2 different variants for his Kenobi series live action. The first variant is what I call my episode 3, 4, 5 variant, and then there's an episode 6 variant. In episodes 3, 4, and 5, his saber has a lot more muted effects. So the clash, for example, and the lockup, they're not as busy. There's much less going on the blade during contact. In episode 6, however, especially in his final fight with Anakin as Vader, that fight taking place at night, also the lockup and the clashes are much bigger, much brighter, right, much more bulbous. And so I've taken that into consideration for those other 2 style variants. However, what you'll notice if you ever go back and rewatch the series is that Kenobi's first fight with Vader, when he's escaping, I forget what planet it was on, but when he first fights him near that runaway station, is that his clash and his lockup in that first fight are also muted. They're toned down. And so that's the second preset. This first one is the flashback training scene. This is my absorb blast. Okay, so that was ObiTraining.
Kenobi.
And now the second preset is JustBen from KSith. And this is also a combo flicker, but it's got a lot more going on. But all the other effects, the blast, the clash, and the lockup are going to be the same as the first one. But the main blade is different. So this is a static with an audio flicker on top, and then a brown noise flicker on top of that. And then it should have a slightly brightened swing. And again, it's got that muted clash. However, because this blade style I did to represent that very first fight he has with Vader, I think it was in episode 5, I'm doing sort of a quick orange-red flash on top of that clash, which is not on the first one. Because in that scene, obviously, he's striking a red blade and not another blue blade.
Hello there.
The third preset is going to be FallenMaster, and this sound font is from, this one's from JuanSith as well, and this one is Hump Flicker.
I will do what I must.
Now this is an episode 6 blade style. Much bigger effect on the clash. And also on the left.
May the force be with you. It's just Ben these days.
And then the fourth and final preset for the Kenobi series stuff is TheRematchBen from Kyberphonic. And this is, I believe this is a rotoscope. And then this one is this is also an episode 6 blade style. So this is also going to have the bigger clash size and color, and then the bigger lockup in color as well. And so, I already have my style codes notated, but in pastebin, what you'll see for these Kenobi blade styles specifically, it'll say underneath the sound font title, just above the style code portion, it'll say whether it's an episode 5 or an episode 6 blade style. And if it's an episode 5, then you'll know that the clash and the lockup are more muted and slightly more silver. And then for episode 6, they'll be much brighter with a bit more orange and yellows in them. But the main blade color, RGB, is the same throughout. so the now we go on to the Star Wars Rebels preset, and this is the sound font I used for this is OB4 V2, the Rebels version from Kyberphonic.
Master Kenobi?
I am, and when you have your strength, I will help you on your way.
This is going to be a Liger blade. This is also set to a hump flicker.
I had no intention of fighting, but that seems inevitable now.
And I just want to say, like, this is one of my favorite Kenobi fonts. Of all the sound font makers that have made these. That blast effect sounds so good. And this hum with that little timing loop, that sound loop in there. It's so accurate to the scene. And also the tone of that hum, it sounds like it's sort of in the background, right? It's got that really nice hollow sound to it. It's just really, really well produced font. Really, really clean.
Master Kenobi?
I am, and when you have your strength, I will help you on your way.
Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm using the same font, but it's more of a placeholder. And this is a Star Wars Legends example of Obi-Wan Kenobi from his fight against Ashuraga Het. I grabbed out of the Star Wars Legends comics. So this is the color I matched it to, which as you can see is much closer to like a light cyan. It's a very light blue. A lot more green in it. But very much accurate for like that comic book color blue, right? And then there's a little bit more moccasin color in the lockup sing and the blast to sort of grab for that comic book color of fire, like of red. It usually has a lot more of those oranges and moccasins in it. Okay, now we move on to episode 4, New Hope.
Ben Kenobi?
And there are 3 presets for this one. The first one is OldBen by, I believe that OldBen is from KSith. And this is an audio flicker. And then we're getting back into that slightly darker blue. Now this is not the same RGB values I used for Kenobi series. This is a slightly dimmer blue. This is an RGB 8 in the red channel, 75 in the green, and 235 in the blue. And one of the things I did on these V2 updates that I had to recalibrate, so to speak, was getting the greens and yellows correct in their composition in the lockup and the blast, because in those old 70s movies, there definitely was like a lot more green and yellow represented in these saber interactions, right, as they were coloring them on film and post.
Hello there. If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
And again, same with KSith's representation on this sound font as with Kyberphonic's one on the previous one. That OT hum, so well done.
Ben Kenobi?
All right, and so this next one is another one from Kyberphonic. This is OB4 V2, the Cantina version. And this is, what is this one? This is also a rotoscope blade.
I haven't gone by the name of Obi-Wan since all before you were born.
And the clash sounds on this one are awesome. And so the main difference between this one and the previous one is really just the blade design on the main blade. The lockup, the clash, lockup, and the blast should all be the same throughout all three presets for Obi-Wan for the OT.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
And so this is the last one for this config, and this is OB4 V2, the Death Star version.
Battery power level.
So let me go back.
That's no moon. It's a space station.
And this is a hum flicker.
If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
With a bright swing. And the clashes on this one too. Like his V2 upgrades on this sound font with the clashes were just so good.
Using that new BT-16. Yes, let me help you out. Tell you. What was that? That's nothing. Outgassing. Don't worry about it.
Who's the more foolish, the fool or the fool who follows him?
All right, so that concludes the config segments for my V2 updates for Obi-Wan Kenobi throughout all of the different movies and live action shows. And thank you all for watching through all 4 segments. If you've gotten this far, thank you. And next up, during the month of December, hopefully before Christmas, I'm going to be spending some time doing some V2 updates for Anakin, and specifically not Vader, but just Anakin up until Revenge of the Sith. But it will also include some scenes that from the time I first did it hadn't existed yet. For example, some of the flashback scenes from the Ahsoka series. So really excited about that. I've already started piecing a lot of that, the blade style templates together, and getting some first passes done. So yeah, really excited to get that out. I'll probably just do that in a 2 segment because there's going to be like 12 or 14. So I'll probably try and do like 6 presets per segment on that one. So all right, thanks very much for watching, y'all. I will see you on the next one. Take care.